Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine, and this is Jazz Talks. Here, we talk about everything and anything. Let's talk. Welcome everyone to today's episode 3, What's Still Missing. In today's episode, we will cover the lack of counselors, the lack of funding, teacher preparation, screenings, equity, family partnerships, and research. In the last episode, we talked about the gaps in my topic. And today, we're going to talk about what is still missing. We're going to go over the solutions and talk about what we can do moving forward.
At this point, you might be asking yourself, what can I do? The answer is simple. There's a lot you can do, and we're going to unpack that together.
After reviewing my research, one thing became clear to me. We already know that mental health matters. The challenge now is determining how schools can consistently provide meaningful support for every student. Let's talk about it. One solution is increasing access to school-based mental health professionals. Hiring more counselors, school psychologists, social workers, and behavioral specialists would allow schools to provide earlier interventions, reduce wait times, and offer more individualized supports before concerns become crises. Another important step is improving professional development for educators. Teachers do not need to become mental health therapists, but they should feel confident recognizing warning signs, responding appropriately, implementing trauma-informed strategies, and knowing when and how to refer students for additional support. Schools should also benefit from implementing universal mental health screenings as part of a comprehensive prevention system. Just as schools routinely assesses students' academic progress, vision, and hearing, age-appropriate mental health screenings should be implemented, and this should be identified early, these concerns, and connect students with support before problems become more severe. Of course, any screening process would need to be implemented thoughtfully, with parental involvement, appropriate safeguards, and culturally responsive practices. We should also expand multi-tiered systems of support and offer that as another opportunity. By integrating social-emotional learning, positive behavior supports, counseling, and targeted interventions into one coordinated framework, schools can provide different levels of support based on each student's individual needs rather than waiting until challenges escalate. Strengthening family-school partnerships is equally important. I believe that families should know their children best. And while educators observe students in a learning environment every day, students know their child very well. So when schools communicate openly with families, provide culturally responsive resources, and involve parents in decision-making, students receive more consistent support across home and school. Students also receive support that is more targeted to that student's need because of the information that educators and parents and specialists share amongst each other. Increasing equity is another critical priority. Every student should have access to quality mental health services regardless of where their family live, their family's income, or the resources available in the community. Continued investment in schools' mental health programs can help reduce these disparities. Schools should be working together with their own staff and people outside of education in the health industry to provide the adequate supports, programs, and services for students and their mental health. For special education specifically, I believe mental health should be considered as intentionally as academic achievement when developing IEPs. When appropriate, teams should proactively discuss students' emotional well-being, For special education specifically, I believe mental health should be considered as intentionally as academic achievements when developing IEPs. When appropriate, teams should proactively discuss students' emotional well-being, coping skills, and behavioral health alongside academic goals to ensure students are supported as whole individuals. Finally, more research is needed that focuses specifically on elementary students receiving special education services. understanding which interventions are more effective, how teachers can integrate mental health into daily instructions, and how early supports influence long-term outcomes will help educators make informed decisions that better serve students. Well, there is some research on this, there's not a lot. So more research is definitely needed and is crucial to be able to appropriately help those students in elementary education receiving special education services. Ultimately, creating healthier schools is not the responsibility of one person or one professional. It requires collaboration among teachers, administration, school psychologists, counselors, families, policymakers, and community organizations. When we work together and view mental health as an essential part of education rather than an additional responsibility, we create schools where every student has the opportunity to feel safe, supported, and capable of reaching their full potential. Thank you for listening to this episode of Jazz Talks. Stay tuned for the next episode, episode 2, The Laws Protecting Students. And please, don't forget to subscribe. Stay Startastic. Bye!